Hello friends and welcome to Fire Emblem Discussion. Today I wanted to go over with you exactly what happens when you change classes, because there's a lot of things that the game doesn't explicitly tell you, but is very important to understand and know. So let's go over those things quickly. So first off, when you change classes, it changes the stats of your character without telling you. So when you change, say, from a commoner class to the mercenary class, right here. So commoner has zeros across the board here, so it's blank. But mercenary gives +1 HP, +1 strength, +1 speed, and +1 move, compared to the commoner class. That's what all these numbers are, compared to the commoner class. So mercenary just gets a few stat buffs here and there. But you also have examples like Armor Knight, where you can get like a -2 speed. So it affects your stats in small ways. It gets bigger in bigger ways later on with more advanced classes. But when you change classes, your stats are automatically given these bonuses or penalties depending on the class. Again, something that's not explained very well, but is very important to understand. Okay, so that's how when you change classes, that's how like your stats are affected. Another thing that people like to bring up, and it is important, I guess, are growth rates. So when you change classes, your growth rates are affected. So again, using the mercenary as an example, compared to when a unit is in their commoner or normal class, a mercenary, they'll have plus 20% in HP, plus 5% in strength, plus 5% in speed, minus 5% in res, and plus 5% in charisma or charm. So that just means there's like with HP, say you have Ferdinand, whose HP growth, I can't remember, it's like 50 or 40 or 50, that's totally wrong probably. Base is 40. If you add mercenary to him, if he becomes a mercenary, you add 20 to that 40, it becomes 60, which means at level up, he has a 60% chance of getting a point of HP when he is a mercenary. So the same goes for every single stat, right? And so you're thinking, oh, 20%, that's a big deal. And 20% is a bigger deal than most. But you look at something like, one that a lot of people like to bring up, and this is a common thing that I've seen on a few of my videos, is people will say Cavaliers aren't good for the early game because it's minus 10% speed growth. And here's the thing, 10%, if you do the math, 10% added or subtracted from a growth is the difference of 1 point every 10 levels. If we're looking at averages, average stats. I mean, sure, you can get lucky, whatever. You can always get lucky and get more speed or more strength, or you can get unlucky and get less speed and less strength. But based on averages, if the average thing happened every single time, 10% is the difference of 1 point every 10 levels. So that's not very much. The other bonuses that Cavalier give are worth it compared to that 1 point of speed you might lose over the course of 10 levels. But yeah, so it affects your growth rates. Again, another thing that they don't tell you at all in the game, but it is something to keep in mind if you're worried about certain units being slow, I guess. Again, it won't affect them that much, but it is something to keep in mind. And next, when you change classes, you'll be given certain innate abilities depending on the class. The later classes all have really good ones, have some like stuff like sword fair, tome fair, bow fair, things that add a lot of strength and damage to your character. But then there's other ones that are more utility-based, like Thief, who their abilities are to steal, and Lock Touch, which allows them to open chests and doors without using a key. There's other really important ones, like Canto for Cavaliers, which allows them to move again after attacking, trading, or performing any other action. And Archer, as well, gets bow range +1, which is also very useful. So when you change classes, you will be given these base skills, one of these base skills depending on the class that you choose. You don't take these with you when you change class. These are specifically assigned to each class and cannot be transferred. However, when you master a class, you will get their mastery ability, such as Thief learns Steal, which is one of theirs, which is kind of cool. So you can put Steal on your character and they can use it in any class, which is awesome. So there you have it. That is a quick crash course on how changing class affects your characters and affects your units. It changes their stats slightly. It also changes their growth slightly. And it gives them new abilities. And for your information, if you want to see all this information for yourself, I will put a link in the description for these web pages. It is serenusforest.net. Very, very good Fire Emblem resource if you are looking for a good website for that. They have information on everything. They've data mined the game. They're doing a very good job, and they're adding stuff to it every day. It is a very good resource. So if you want to know information about classes, skills, characters, everything like that, this is the place to look at this point. Sometimes they have a little issue with being inaccurate from time to time, but for the most part, they do a very good job of keeping up to date and having accurate information. But yeah, so thank you for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. Make sure to like and subscribe for more Fire Emblem discussion. And of course, comment your thoughts down below. What are your thoughts on classes and changing classes and how it affects them? And what do you keep in mind when you change classes? Thanks for watching, guys.